Hi there! I'm glad you're back for the next installment in my series on what it really takes to have a secure relationship. If you heard last week's post, you learned how most of the things we read about healthy relationships are actually results of a healthy relationship. So instead of feeling frustrated and confused by reverse engineering relationships, let's just start at the beginning. Have you ever watched a baby and a loving parent interacting in a close, intimate moment? The baby and the parent make eye contact. As the baby moves, the parent moves. The baby smiles, the parent smiles. The baby cries, the parent responds with soothing and attending to whatever is hurting the baby. We can sum that up in the close, secure attachment they have in 3 simple words: accessible, responsive, and engaged. To the baby, the parent is accessible. He or she can get the parent's attention easily. The parent is also responsive. As the baby moves, the parent responds. And the parent is emotionally engaged. The baby feels cherished, important, and the center of the parent's universe. So when secure attachment starts to break down, one or more of those qualities is lost. If the baby has to work hard to get the parent's attention, accessibility is lost. If the parent responds to the baby's cues with a blank stare, smiles at the baby's cries, or is angry when the baby is happy, responsiveness is lost. If the parent is emotionally distant and the baby loses the feeling of being special or important, emotional engagement is lost. Now, before you start feeling intense shame and guilt about the ways you might have interacted with your own children this way, hang on. Attachment research also says that you only need to get it right 33% of the time to have secure attachment. I'll say it again for the people in the back. You don't have to embody these qualities perfectly every time, not even half the time. If you can be accessible, responsive, and engaged 1/3 of the time, that is enough. I have to constantly remind myself of this fact whenever I start being hard on myself. It's so important to do, though, because as soon as we start doubting ourselves, we lose the very qualities of accessibility, responsiveness, and engagement that we are trying to embody. Okay, back to what it means to have this secure attachment. So far I've talked about parent-child relationships, but what about adult relationships? It's actually very similar. The main difference is that these qualities go both ways instead of just from the parent to the child. Both partners are longing for this kind of closeness with each other. With a parent-child relationship, the parent doesn't rely on the child for these qualities. Ideally, the parent would have another adult to lean on for those needs. So adults have the same need to get each other's attention, have their emotions attuned to, feeling seen and understood, and feel important, cherished, special, and needed. As you hear these words, what do you feel at the core of your body? Do those needs resonate with a deep part of you? I hope they do. Sometimes we have been hurt enough times that we lose connection with those deep needs. We become content with just the lack of conflict or having a balanced arrangement with the chores. If this is you, that's okay. Just stay with which of these 3 needs you feel closest to today. The best part of simplifying secure relationships in these terms is that it is both the means and the end. You don't need specific tools to become accessible, responsive, and engaged. You just unlearn how to not do those things. Double negative intended. They aren't something you have to learn because those qualities were wired in from birth. You just have to put down the walls that have gone up over time so that you can be accessible again, so that you can respond from your heart, so that you can let yourself feel important, cherished, and needed, and show that your partner is important, special to you, and needed in return. To help you try this idea on for size, here's a quick exercise for you. Think back over your life to the person you have felt the closest to and safest with. The person who helped you feel seen, loved, and important. Can you pull that person's face up in your mind? Imagine that person sitting next to you right now, looking safe, relaxed, open. Now, turn your attention to what emotions you feel in your body as you imagine this person. What do you feel internally? Do your emotional walls go up or down? My guess is that imagining this person helps you relax a bit. This response to safety is wired in. If you had trouble thinking of someone, or if you noticed your walls going up, I would then guess that you've been hurt in a relationship and your body is telling you to watch out. That's okay, and that's also a natural response. I'm going to talk more about that next week, so I hope you'll come back and pick up with me here next time. To get notifications when new posts go live, you can subscribe or follow my social media. Find me at The Cherished Marriage on Instagram or Facebook. You can also sign up for my free 7-day communication course and get updates sent right to your email inbox. Find the link at thecherishedmarriage.com. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.